Hi guys, I'm back with a video on dipping powder. I had bought, I say probably 2, 4, 6, 17 powders I think. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you the colors. When I'm looking for dip powder, I'm looking for quality dip powder that I can actually use as a color acrylic with monomer and a dipping system. So, and what a great thing about artistic, which this is artistic perfect dip powder, dip powder, is that you can actually do it as a color acrylic and you can also use it as a dip system. It doesn't say that on here, but you just have to, when you do buy some dip powder, test it out and see if you can use it as a color acrylic, which can, you know, universal. And that's what I try to find in products, that it can be universal. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the colors. I did the swatches in monomer, and I didn't do the dip part because, you know, it's faster when you do it with monomer. So I'm going to show you the colors first, and then these two right here I did not do swatches with, and I'm going to show you both ways that it does work as a with the monomer and as a dip system. And they do have dip systems that is so fine to where it just doesn't work with the monomer. And this one is basically thick enough. All these colors were thick enough. I'm not saying all the colors might work, but I just know that these colors did work with monomer. So that's a just tip. If you want to get into dipping, just make sure you can get a system that you can be universal with, that it can go both ways. Because this is actually acrylic powder. It's just that dip powder is more milled finely than acrylic powder. It's a little thicker powder. But anyway, I'm going to put these two to the side, and I'm going to show you the colors that I do have, that I did do swatches with. And they are very vibrant colors. Most of the time, greens is kind of hard to work with. And this one is actually, this is the brand right here. And this is called Toxic. And this is how that color looks. Now, that number 13 right there is just how I make my swatches in my color book, which I use these right here, the color chart, and I just stick it down in the color chart. I don't use pop sticks for swatches. I don't like that hanging around everywhere, and I just think that's a little bit more neater. I can put it on a bookshelf, you know, and it just stands up and they can just look through the colors. So that's Toxic, very pretty green. I hope y'all can see that. Zoom in a little bit on for you guys. Okay, very pretty blue. Now, dip powder is not cheap, y'all. It's just not cheap. Dipping system is just, the powders is just not cheap. Okay, Artistic is a very quality product, and so their prices are a little bit more higher. This is Graceful, and that's how that color look. So I don't know, those that want to buy these dipping powders, I'm just showing y'all the swatches, so maybe you want to pick that color up if you do have a few of Artistics or you like this brand. That's why I'm showing you the swatches with it. This bottle is a 0.8 ounce weight, 23 gram pot, which is not a lot, you know. But hey, most of the time you'll get a 1 ounce or a 2 ounce to a 4 ounce dipping powder. This is very small. When I say almost, this one is $14. That's what I'm saying. So if you can find this wholesale, you can. Better price, I will look into that. The next color is La Tida, and that is a very pinkish kind of mauvey looking color. The little sticker on here supposed to show the color of this, but nah, it just doesn't work like that. But that's that color to that. That's how it looks in the bottle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do, it doesn't matter. I'll do this one in a monomer and do this one. It's the dip. I like to shake my powders up, make sure that it's kind of dispersed a little bit. And this one is called Social Diva. Go ahead and use one of these right here. And I'm going to use this as monomer. Pick up the ball, place it. Very smooth. You see how it's not splotchy, it's not beaten up. It's a very pretty red. Very vibrant red. Very pretty. Not too bright, not too dark. It's right there. All right. That's you see, it's not beaten up. It's very smooth. And I'm using Young Nails monomer with it. Let that dry. Okay, this is Cheeky. Now with the dip system, I know a lot of people don't like to do this in their nail shop, especially individuals. I'm not talking about those that have a high demand for dip. I'm talking about people that's individual and just really just care about sanitation, cares about, you know, that. Now if you have a problem with it, you can always try to estimate how much it will be. If you would just put a little bit like that and you use a scoop to scoop out. Since I'm using the artificial nails, I don't have to worry about no contamination, no blood, no nothing like that. But just gonna go ahead. Now I did buy the pH prep, which this is actually for the polygel with a system. But I also you still can use it to prep a nail for any type of enhancements, even gel polish, you know. The only thing is that I never used this before, and I don't know if it has a tacky residue after it's done. Now I know Gelist pH doesn't have a sticky layer on that, so I'm just going to go ahead and see right now while I'm doing it here on camera and see if it's a water base, and when it dries it's not tacky. But I think it is a water base, which I do like, which is good to do the pH balance for the dip system, because most of the time that base that they use for the dip system already has like a pre-bond to that, because it's basically almost glue. Okay, it's just that the nail just got to make sure that the nail is prepped correctly. Go ahead and let that dry. And it's a pH balancing primer, and I'm sure it's pretty good. And this was $5 and something, which is not very high at all. And like I say, Artistic has some nice products. When I tell you, they do have some nice products. They're a little pricey, but you pay for what you get. You want quality, pay for it. You know, and I'm like that. You know, I like quality, I pay for it, you know. But I like to warn people ahead of time, like when we do these videos like this and they showing you a product and they never tell you the price, and then you didn't watch this video, oh, I want it, I want it, I want it. But if it's out your price range, it's like, oh, this is too expensive for my taste. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right. Now I do think that it is kind of, make sure. Nope, it's not. It's not a sticky layer. It do have, like, you can tell it's on there. It does have the residue, but it's not tacky. And I'm going to use the SNS gel top coat and the SNS gel base, okay? And the Silla Dry, which is like an activator. I don't have, I have a lot of dipping systems, so I have a lot of these things, so it doesn't matter about that. It doesn't matter about that. It doesn't matter if you mismatch these systems, because for the simple fact, this is glue, okay? You don't have no allergic reaction to super glue. Oh my. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. I'm going to go ahead and do my first layer. Real thin. Now, if you want to do it in this, you would have to do like a little damping dish like that and kind of measure how much you think each nail would be. So, I'm going to go ahead and dip this one right now. And what I do to dip, I like to take the nail like that, press the tip, and then press the whole nail in. And then shake out. Okay. Now, this right here, I'm just doing one nail. So, you just got to estimate on yourself how you're going to do it, how many coats you're going to put on the nail, and everything like that. And I like to let that dry as I do 10 nails, and then go back and dust it off. I don't like to just dust as I go, because the gel is really not, the glue is not really hardened yet. So I'm going to pretend that I'm waiting, doing all 10 nails, because I can't just go in with my brush. And see, if you go in with your brush sometime, you'll get some problems like this, that the glue is not hard, still wet. Now, if you see some shininess on the nail after you dip, you just need to go ahead and dip again, because you don't want no shininess. You want to make sure the powder is covered completely. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off. Use my base coat again. Look like I got a little bump in there. And with that, you just take it and you just sprinkle through the whole nail like that. Like that. I actually like sprinkling, because you get a lot of product on there too. Might take you a little longer to do all that. But if you okay with trying to get an estimate on how much it would do to do 10 nails and throw it away afterwards, you ain't wasting that much product. You just gotta get that measurement down pat and know how many scoops you need to do a whole set of nails for at least 3 coats of 3 colors or 4 colors, you know. Okay, now I want to tell you what I was talking about. You see how at the tip I didn't get nothing on it and it's look wet? It needs to be looking opaque. It shouldn't be looking glossy wet like that. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of that right there. Where I get these little scoops from, I think I got these from Sally's. It's the right kind of scoop to sprinkle all that out. You don't want nothing too big. Well, you can get a little bigger than this, like a half a teaspoon. or a quarter teaspoon. A quarter teaspoon is pretty big. That's what I should be using, but I'll use these probably on short nails. But this nail is kind of long, so. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dust this off. See, the color is already dark. See how that sprinkle do? Sprinkle do good. Okay, I think I'm going to want one more because I'm not going to put a clear. I wonder why I'm seating up. Oh, you know what? That bottle had some, you see how this bottle is? I was wondering where those little beads come from. It come from the top of this thing when it's hardened. Gotta watch that. You gotta wipe this off all the time. I was wondering why the little beads was coming up. But that's what it is when I... And I like to do, if I don't want to use my clear, I like to do 4 and skip out that clear. The only time I do clear, if they got a flat nail and it needs a little building up, and I'll put a strip of clear down the middle for like an apex curve look. And if I have a tip and I like to put it on the tip, and I like to do like an X on the nail, down the middle of the nail and do them that way, and then dip it for that clear. And that's it. Then I go in with my color. Now this dark color like this, I'll put a clear at the bottom because you never know if these dark ones will stain their nails. So you got to watch out for that too. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to put another one. I'm up here talking and talking and talking. I'm talking to you and this done dried on you. Y'all supposed to be dipping. Ain't this crazy? You can tell how we can get distracted. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that again. Now see, this wouldn't be enough for 10 nails at all. And what you can do is do that one nail, and if it cover that one nail, then you know all you have to do is do 10 of that scoop. 10 scoops should be okay for a whole nail. Try not to touch the nail because it put dents in it, and then it just this doesn't look right. And that's it. I think I'm gonna stop right there because I'm only gonna buff. See, I can still put that in there because I didn't use it on the live finger, but that's what you would throw that away. I know you're saying, oh, throw it away. $14 I paid for that. But yeah, you're going to make that money back. Dip nails are expensive. People paying $35 to $40 for dip nails. $40, and it's just quick and easy, and you pay more for quick and easy. And that's crazy how you pay more for quick and easy and don't pay more that takes a long time. Because acrylics is cheaper than dip. That's crazy, huh? Okay. So I'm going to go back to this one right here while that one right there is drying. I'm going to go back to that, and all I'm going to do is buff it because it's pretty much already done. And all I'm going to do is buff it. When you do the monomer, you don't have to use the activator to dry in between because you use the monomer, but you do want to use the monomer when you want to use the top coat. So I'm just buffing it like that, wipe off the dust. Wiping off the dust, and then you're going to use your sealer on there because you want to use the dip top coat. And you know what? That dip top coat is amazing. I don't care what brand it is. And you want to make sure when you using your dehydrator for those dark colors, Since that's monomer, it didn't bleed, but that you don't contaminate your seal and make this red. It don't matter, but I'm just saying. So you're going to let this sealer dry completely before you use the dip top coat. And you know that dip top coat really good. If you just want to do a set of acrylics, anything you want to do, you can use that gel top coat, but you have to put that sealer or the activator first before you use the top coat. But that shine, the shine that a dip system top coat gives, oh, it is amazing. It is amazing. Do not chip, do not nothing. It's very amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and let that dry. Then I'm going to come back to this. We're going to dust this off, guys. And you know what? It's already flawless. Don't need hardly nothing but a buff. So what you got to do is put that sealer on there again. And two, if you don't want to use a brush, guys, they do have the droppers activator like this, which is the dropper activator like that, which I do love. And all you have to do is just tilt the hand down like that and just drop from the cuticle area and just make sure the whole nail is covered like that. Any excess pat down like that. You got to completely let that activator dry. Completely. I usually let them put their hand in the fan. Now we're going to come back to this, and what I'm going to use now is a gel top coat, because you didn't let that gel top coat, you didn't let this dry. Hopefully it's dry, because if it's not dry, man, it will harden this brush up. You hear me? So the tip is that you want to be fast. You don't want to go back on your first coat. The first coat, you don't want to go back. All you want to make sure that it's seamless from the left, the middle, the right. Don't press down. Let that dry. Air dry. Don't put that in front of the fan because it might wrinkle up, because you know you did a quick swipe, so it's kind of probably, you know, kind of thick, and you don't want it to wrinkle. Now you act like you did all 10 nails, right? The first coat. Then you're going to come back. You don't have to let it dry completely, but that second coat you need to let it dry completely before they start digging in their purses, getting their money, or whatever. Now we're going to do the same thing. But this time you can be slower. You can go back, but you just have to make sure that first one you don't go back. Okay, this one is done. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. First top coat real fast. I should have buffed it because it's kind of... Let that dry. Look at that red. It is gorgeous, huh? That's cheeky. That cheeky is pretty too. It's more of a dark red. Very pretty. Now I did all 10. I'm going to go back with the second one. Now this should dry within 3 to 5 minutes. It depends on how cold it is and how hot it is, or how much air flowing around at you. Okay, let that dry. All right, guys. That's all of the colors. Now, when I tell you that top coat, the brush is not hard at all. Not at all. And try to wipe your tops off with acetone when you're done before you seal them back up. Okay. These ought to be dry. And all I do is cut them off this stem and just put them to my book. And that's it. Yep. See, they dry. It's not sticking to my glove. I don't know. That top coat, the dip system top coats is just pretty. And that's just the monomer and acrylic. And they have a shine out of this world. You hear me? I know I just said that, but the only bad thing, you just gotta have that activator to make it dry. Wonder what they use to make that glue shine like that. Man, I tell you, them scientists. Okay. Red stains so bad. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And whoever had these Artistic Perfect dip, tell me how you like them, you know. If you ever tried them with monomer. But you see, it works both ways. Product looks nice. Not even buff. I ain't filed. I ain't did nothing. But it's a swatch, so I don't have. You know what? They not paying me to swatch this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just going into a book. You hear me? So it ain't gotta be perfect. You just want to know what color it is. All right, guys. Until next time, y'all have a smiley day. Bye.